Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to tell you a unique storytelling technique that you can use on your books. You have been told that what makes a book impossible to put down is the plot, high stakes, characters you care about. That is not wrong, but it's simply insufficient. Plot creates interest, and interest fades the moment life interrupts. For example, the moment the phone rings or the moment the sleep demand says tax. Interest is passive. Addiction is something else, though, and this is what we are going to look at today. Addiction is structural, and in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact architecture behind it for your novels. Most advice on storytelling techniques tells you to raise the stakes and end chapters on cliffhangers. These are not wrong prescriptions. They are incomplete ones because they describe ingredients, no architecture. Let me say you what a reader addiction is. It's the compulsion that keeps someone turning pages at 2 in the morning, promising themselves just one more chapter. It's not created by a single ingredient. It is created by a system. A system I call the compulsion loop. It is the structural engine behind every unput-downable book you have ever read. It operates below the reader's conscious awareness. They do not know it is there. They only know they cannot stop. 3 components, all 3 simultaneously. So, write this down. The first component is the open wound. Every scene in a psychological thriller ends with an open question, not a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger is theatrical, and experienced readers sense the manipulation. An open wound is shatter, a question that feels organic, embedded naturally in the narrative, but which the reader's nervous system cannot ignore. The distinction matters. A cliffhanger is a door slammed in the reader's face. An open wound is a door left ajar. One creates frustration, the other creates compulsion. Let's go back to Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Does not end chapters with explosions, she ends them with a shifted perception. Something Amy says in her diary that recalibrates everything we thought we understood about Nick. The wound is never healed before the next chapter begins. Here's the forensic rule. A scene that answers all of its own questions gives the reader permission to stop. You are designing permission into your manuscript. Remove it. Ask yourself this. When your reader reaches the end of your last chapter, what questions are they carrying to the next one? Name it. If you cannot name it, your reader cannot feel it. But open wounds alone create anxiety. And anxiety sustained without relief becomes exhaustion. Readers do not abandon books because they are bored. They abandon books because they are exhausted, which is precisely why the compulsion loop requires a second component. Component 2 is the micro reward, the small deliberate satisfaction you give the reader. Not the answer to open wounds, but the sensation of progress towards that. The feeling of forward motion, the exhale before the next inhale. Consider the behavioral psychology. Dopamine is not released by the reward itself. It is released by the anticipation of the reward. The slot machine pays out just enough to prevent the player from walking away. Your manuscript operates identically. Back again to the Gone Girl Flynn releases micro rewards through Amy's diary entries. Each one gives the reader the sensation of understanding Amy more clearly, before the reframe reveals that everything they understood was constructed. But in the moment, the diary entry feels like progress. It maintains the reader's faith that the truth is within reach. Here's the question you must ask of every scene you write. Does this scene open a wound, close a wound, or provide a sensation of progress towards closure without actually delivering it? If it does none of these three things, it is structurally dead. Cut it or rebuild it. For every 2 open wounds you create, you must deliver the last one micro reward. This is not a rule of thumb, it is a structural prescription. There is the third component, and this is the one most writers, even experienced ones, consistently neglect. Component 3 is the escalating dread. Not escalating stakes, escalating dread. Stakes are external, urgency is rational. Rational urgency allows the reader to close the book, get 8 hours of sleep, and return tomorrow morning. Dread is irrational. Dread is the sensation that something is fundamentally wrong, and you cannot name it. Dread makes the reader accelerate. Flynn's Amy June generates dread not because we fear for her safety. We fear what she is. The escalation is not the plot. It is in the reader's growing, horrified comprehension of who they have been sympathizing with. The world of the novel becomes more dangerous with every page, not through action, but through understanding. Ask yourself this. In the last 3 chapters of your manuscript, has the reader's understanding of the danger deepened? Not through new events, through new comprehension of events they already witnessed. If the answer is no, your reader feels safe. A reader who feels safe puts the book down. The compulsion loop. The open wound creates the question the reader cannot ignore. The micro reward maintains the certainty that the answer is within reach. The escalating dread makes stopping feel more dangerous than continuing. When all 3 operate simultaneously, your reader does not choose to continue reading. They are structurally incapable of stopping. You have not simply written a story, you have engineered a system. Reader addiction is not a gift, it is a system, and system can be learned, applied, and refined. The compulsion loop is your prescription. Apply it to your last 3 chapters today. Open wounds, micro rewards, escalating dread, all 3 of them. So there you have it. I hope this has helped you, and if it has, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode next week. Until then, my friends, take great care.